Hello and welcome back to the Geek Cabal channel. My name is Jim, and today we're going to do another man cave update / studio update. This time we're going to actually put in a bookcase over here to put all of my game consoles in. And for those who have been watching us in the past, this wall may look familiar because we used to actually record in this direction, and then we switched over to the Nintendo wall, which is directly across from this. Now, this room is actually located over at my parents' house, and I'm using this room right now for recording and storing my video games, just because right now at my current location, we've got 6 people living there, and I don't have a dedicated spot to put any of this stuff, so this has all been in storage. So once I get done putting this together, we're going to go through and put some of the consoles that I grabbed out of storage in here. Just note, this isn't everything that I have, it's just what I found, on the shelving unit in my garage at the moment. So anyways, we'll come back after I get the bookcase to put together, and we'll start putting the game systems in there. See you then. Okay, now we're back. I finally got this all put together. This will be listed down in the affiliates link. This was purchased off Amazon. It is just a fabric and like metal bar bookcase. But one of the things that kind of attracted me to this one here was that it's not square like a lot of the cubed ones are. It's actually a little bit more elongated. And some of the consoles I know are just a little bit longer than, like 11 or 12 inches. So I'm hoping that this will work a little bit better. I do have it anchored because this thing is very, very light. So I made sure I anchored it on both corners. So you can kind of see the little anchor right here. And just to kind of get some stuff here set on my table, ready to go. So you can see here I've got some of my consoles. I've been wiping them off, getting them cleaned up. Just as a demonstration, I kind of put a couple up here just to see what I thought about it, and also put some of them over here. Because these being in the box, I'm not going to put them in here. I'm going to display these. And I do actually have a box for a 7800. And the 7800 is not in that. Actually, the trackball is in that one. So anyways, these you've actually seen on previous unboxings. So what I have is I've got my consoles here, and I'm going to start putting them out here. Now, not all these are clean, so some of these I'm going to have to pull back out a little bit later and clean them. But right now, just kind of getting the basic idea of how I want it to look and all of that. All right. So we'll start with this one that I've got sitting right here. First, it's power supplies over here. And that'll be the Atari 7800, which, like I said, I've got the box for. And with these consoles, I think I'm going to put them kind of towards the bottom. I mean, while they're cool and all, I didn't really grow up with these. So a lot of these ones that are, I guess, maybe less impactful to me for right now, I'm going to put those towards the bottom. But just note, I may later rearrange this depending on what looks good and what doesn't look good. So these have got the power supply attached to them, so I'll put it down there with the power supply. So we'll put that one there. Then I'm going to grab its predecessor. Like I said, these are not quite all clean, but so we've got the 7800 here. Now, the 7800 is missing the back door. But it does have the power supply. Like I said, it's a little dirty. It's been sitting on the bottom shelf down there for a while, so a little dusty, but it'll go fine for right now, just to see what it looks like. But consoles like this is exactly why I got this particular one. So you can see there, the 7800 is a huge console, and it fits just fine there. Now, so we've got the 7800 and we've got the 5200. Now I'm going to put in one of 3 2600s that I have. So this one here happens to be the 4 switch variant. So we'll put it down here on the bottom. Okay, then we'll get the other 2, which are over here. I'll go around this way and get them. So with the Atari 2600, you had a 4 switch, which is one down there. You've got the 6 switch. And there is at least one more variant that I have. Heck, there may be more variants. And that is the 6 switch Sears Telegame. So while it looks like pretty much similar, it says video arcade here and Telegames here. So we'll put it here. So right now, bottom shelf, all Atari. We'll go ahead and grab one of Atari's competitors here, which is the Intellivision, which it does have the looks like it's got the Frogger insert on it. See, and again, look how long these consoles are. This is exactly why I picked up this one here. Now, I did have to kind of angle that one in to get it to fit in here. It was a little too wide to fit in the opening there, but it did fit. So let me see if I've got the other one in here. All right. So I will have to find the ColecoVision because I do actually have a ColecoVision, but we'll go ahead and move to something else here. So both my NESs right now, regular NESs, are in the box, but what I do have that is loose, I do have all the other accessories that go along with this, is the top loader NES. And this one's kind of more of a piece in my collection that I'm really, really proud of. I mean, I got this for a pretty good trade, trading a N64 and a few games just for the console and I think just the power adapter. I don't think it had any controllers or anything else with it. Still a heck of a good bargain because I still came out on top on that. So right now we're just going to set it there until I decide where I want things to go. And since this one's so small, we'll do something a little like a twofer thing here. See how that works. So I got the NES Advantage box and the console there. So that way I'm not wasting space with these tiny, tiny consoles. So here is one that I've talked about a lot on my channel, or on the channel here. And I did give it a gentle cleaning, but this is one I said had been in my storage unit for a long, long time and needed a deep, deep clean. And this is the Magnavox Odyssey 2. So if you remember on my 10th unboxing, I actually unboxed the Magnavox Odyssey. Well, this is the sequel to the Magnavox Odyssey, and this is the Odyssey 2. And I do have a game in here. I've left a game in here because with this being in storage, I didn't want dust and stuff to get down in there in the protectors. I know sometimes they say don't leave a game in there, but the way it was stored, I thought it was better to have something in there than just let dust fall in it. And this happens to be a duplicate game that I have. So this is, again, another one that hopefully will be able to fit in there. What's kind of annoying about that is that the controller is actually hardwired into it along with the audio video cable. So don't have a whole lot of options with that. Actually, just notice I do have my Intellivision voice module. I'm gonna go ahead and put that with the Intellivision too, just so it's there with it. Okay, and I'm not putting these in particular order because I realize I grabbed the Nintendo and the some of the other stuff out of order. I just kind of saw what I had right here, right in front of me, and kind of went with that. Because I do have a couple consoles I'm going to grab right now. And some of these you've seen in the back of our videos. That would be the Genesis Model 2. But I also have the Genesis Model 1, so we're going to try to put these right next to each other. We'll go this route. While we're talking Genesis, I may have to take apart part of this one. We'll see if it fits. And that is the triple thread here of the Model 2 with the Sega CD and the 32X. So I do not think that this is going to fit. Would it fit with, see, even without that? Let me take this adapter off, this adapter plate off. We'll see if it fits without the adapter plate. I just want to make sure I keep this adapter plate with it, because they get lost, and that would be no bueno to lose that. So we'll just put that in. Okay. So without the adapter plate, we'll just see if we can, we'll just put one Model 2 here, since this one actually has, yeah, so again, if you tilt it a little bit, it fits in there. So I will put this in with all of my duplicates. Okay. And let me put that adapter plate back. So the adapter plate just has a couple of screws that fit into the bottom of it, and it just allows you to, actually let me put this screw on the bottom of this. That way I'm not losing anything. Okay, so we've got that in there, and we'll put the adapter plate here in the back. Okay, so we've got the adapter plate in there, good. All right, so let's get another fun console out here. Let me move this out of the way. So I had a lot of fun cleaning out my storage unit here, or I say storage unit, it was in my garage, but this is something pretty neat. This is a Philips CDI, but not one that was released in the US. This was actually, I bought this in the Netherlands. Now this model may have been released in the US. I don't know for sure, but I bought it from the Netherlands. And this is the model 470. This is one of my prides, so we're going to put it up here on top. Now, when I say it's one of my pride and joys, don't take it that I don't like Nintendos or anything else better. It's just that one there is, well, I've got a heck of a collection. At some point, I'm going to go and let you go over my collection that I have for the Philips CDI. I collected that, or I ended up buying that about, I mean, it's over 15 years ago. So when I bought it, I got it when the market was down, and I got a whole heck of a lot of stuff with it. So, okay, let's continue here. All right, so we're going to do a 2-for-1 here, just because I've got two of them. I got to figure out how I want to store these. So I do have two Sega Saturns. They're two different models. This one here, the CD drive doesn't work, and this one here, the CD drive does. So this one's going to be a future episode where we try to use a special cartridge that allows you to play any Saturn game on a Saturn off a cartridge versus having to have a CD. So we're going to see if that works with that. But for right now, we're just going to kind of store it like this. Again, I want to keep them together, but we'll put them up there like that. Again, the CD drive doesn't work. Not too concerned on that. So, let's get two more consoles here. And I know you're probably thinking I'm missing some obvious choices here. Like Super Nintendo and 64, they're coming. So this is, this right here would be my most collectible console that I have in my collection, which is the TurboGrafx 16 with the CD attachment. When I checked this last on the pricing chart, I think the combo together was close to $700. So a pretty nifty find. This is the one I believe I spoke about in a previous episode where I picked it up at an auction for $2. $2. That was a crazy thing to do. Now I'm already seeing with some of these, like this one here, when I'm displaying it, I may want to have it tilted up. So I may have to look at some additional display things that I can get. I'm already seeing a thing here where I'm going to want to shift some stuff around. So we're going to shift these Sega Saturns down for right now. The reason why is because I was just thinking, well, I've still got my Super Nintendo and N64, which we'll do right now. We'll just put those all on this Nintendo shelf here, I guess. So the N64 I have is the Ice Blue model. And then the Super Nintendo, since my other one's in the box, is the Super Nintendo Mini or Junior. And this one just happened to have the cords with it, so I'll leave the cords in there with it. That way, if I do need it, want to use it or whatever, I can easily get to it. It is there. And see, I bought an 18 cube here, and I'm already running out of room. So that's why I'm thinking these may have to come off the top. I got places over here, up there I could put them, or I could even put them on the above the Nintendo where we do our recording, our Nintendo games where we do the recording. Someday, with doing all this YouTube, I will learn how to speak. All right. Another one of my things, and this has been in the background of all of our videos pretty much, is the this 3DO. This is the Panasonic model, the FZ-10. We'll put it up here. Yeah, that's where I'm going to have to get something that tilts these up a little bit so that they're a little bit easier to see. And oh my gosh, I'm already running out of room. So there may have to be some compromises and things that go. We'll go ahead and put the Dreamcast in here. This is where we may have to get and do some things that we would not normally do, like put a Dreamcast with my Super Nintendo, at least temporarily until I can get some stuff moved around, because I still have more. We've got the original Xbox here. And again, these are not going in any order. It's more of just what looks appealing to me and a way to put it. So here we may have to do a 2-for-1 kind of thing, maybe, if it'll fit 2 in there. Well, we'll do it a different way. So we'll put the PlayStation 2 here and the PS1. Oh my gosh, what is on this? Well, it's good to have a little cleaning rag, but got the PS1 here and its power adapter, which I'll just put here on top of the PS2 for right now. All right, what else do we got? And for right now, let's do this a little bit differently. All right, we'll put that up there. Let me see. Oh, I've got one more console. One more console for this. So there will have to be some rework and some fiddling with this, because this isn't obviously the final state that I want to put things in. But the Nintendo Wii here. I keep forgetting I have a Wii. I've had this for a long, long time. Never actually hooked it up. I know it works. I got it from my brother. I traded him 360 for that. But anyways, I think that is it for all the consoles that I have right now. So obviously the ones that I'm missing is I'm missing my Nintendo GameCube in here. That's the only one that comes off the top of my head right now that I know that we're using currently, because we actually still use our GameCube quite often. So we use it for the Game Boy player and to play games on it. So. But yeah, like I said, this is just a start to my collection. This gives me kind of a point of where I now know, okay, I'm going to have to get another rack. I'm going to have to fit some more stuff in here, because I want to be able to put my handhelds in here. I've got new consoles. I've got additional things like that I'm going to get and collect and do all that. So anyways, I'm proud of what I've got done here so far. This looks really, really good. And again, we'll leave this, the link to this and the affiliates link. It's a good starter theme. It's good for the fact that this isn't going to be a permanent theme for me. So it just gives me a place to store my consoles in, you know, where they're not out in the storage unit. They're actually in a place that's safe and protected and clean. So anyways, yeah, so thank you again for joining me on another Man Cave update. And yeah, next time it's going to be more organizing these games over here. So we'll see you on the next one. Later.